So I feel like there's lots of content out there from people who are like, here's how to handle confrontation well. And even I previously have made a lot of content about that. And the thought occurs to me that there's just like a lot of people out there that don't want to follow the crowd like a bunch of lemmings. And so I feel like it's high time for there to be a video for the people, that addresses how we like to handle confrontation. Like, get out of my face with all this be vulnerable garbage. You be vulnerable. You be vulnerable. Here are my best practices for making confrontation way harder than it needs to be. Step 1, procrastinate. Like, really procrastinate, because then, in addition to still having to have what's just probably going to be an uncomfortable conversation, you also have the benefit of lots of time to dread. And I find that while I'm dreading things, I justify eating a lot of ice cream and like binge watching NCIS. And so who doesn't want to do that stuff? So I say procrastinate, like as long as possible. Silently grow to hate them. That way, they're just going on living their lives like nothing happened, and you're collecting more and more evidence of how stupid and ridiculous they are. That's a pretty good one. Step 2, at least procrastinate until something major happens. Like when you have those initial feelings, like that made me uncomfortable, that didn't work for me, ignore any part of yourself that says, my feelings are worth expressing. I matter, and this person probably cares about me and values our relationship. Go ahead and wait and wait and wait until something downright egregious happens, or until you've replayed it enough in your head to believe that the initial thing was completely egregious. Either way, at least procrastinate until you've moved from that level of like uncomfortable and not happy to like absolutely volcano lava rage level. Number 3, surprise attack them. The benefit here is they've had no time to prepare and they don't know that you're upset, so they'll probably handle it poorly. And when they handle it poorly, you will have all this kind of internal justification that they're a big fat turd bucket, like you kind of thought that already because you were mad at them, and now they've handled this confrontation poorly, thereby assuring you that they're a big fat turd bucket. So, success. Number 4, talk to lots of people about it, especially people that don't like that person or people who really, really like you and will get super excessively defensive of you and just get you all amped up and extra angry. The people who will like help you think of new reasons why what that person did or said is hurtful. And then I like to go ahead and just send a text right then and there while I'm really amped up. I find that is usually really the best time to reach out. Number 5, ask leading questions, or questions that there's only one right answer to and you already know what that is. So some people are going to give you a whole bunch of advice about asking open-ended questions and then listening carefully, like saying your one thing and then shutting up and listening while they talk. No. Have decided ahead of time the one right thing that person can say, and then be really mad if they don't say it. Number 6, drag this on as long as possible. Do not pay any attention to all the warning signs that you've probably reached the end of what can be achieved in this conversation. Push right through that feeling. There might be this little voice in your head that's like, hey, I think we've maybe accomplished everything we can accomplish for now. Maybe we should just like pump the brakes, give ourselves time to cool down, maybe schedule a follow-up conversation. Don't do that. Push through that feeling. Tip 7, spend as much time as you can imagining it going poorly. Like, imagine yourself being really, really vulnerable and really, really brave. Imagine yourself as like the hero of the story as much as you can. And then imagine that person saying something completely ignorant and frustrating in response. Depending on the situation, you might have to switch this up a little bit to where you're the hero whistleblower fighting for justice and they're the oaf that fires you immediately or something like that. But just as much catastrophizing as possible. Like maybe think about it as much as you can on your way into work especially if it's like immediately before the confrontation. As much time as you can spend just imagining it going poorly, that's probably a great use of time. Perhaps the best thing you could do is send a really long email. That way they might get it. They might get the little ping at a time that's really inconvenient to them. And then they'll get the little ping and they'll be additionally angry. And they might fire off a response they haven't thought all the way through. Wait until you just finished watching a really emotional movie and then bring something up that's been bothering you for a really long time. Make sure they know that you're not the only one who thinks this. Really close off your body language. Do the whole thing over text message or like Instagram comments. I think if you can wait until you're hungry, sad, or tired, probably just also drink like before, during, and after. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video full of really great advice if you'd like for confrontation to be a lot harder than it needs to be. If you're imagining in your head that there's probably another way to do it, I'd love for you to join the Mindful Improv community. It's for free, and I send out these super annoying Monday morning emails that are full of advice for being brave and vulnerable and really just like contributing to making the world a braver, kinder place, which is absolutely not the spirit of this video. So come to think of it, probably don't look in the comments area where I will leave a link where you can join. Don't look in the description of this video to find that same link, because if you click on it and join, you will not find this kind of advice. You will find advice that will increase your batting average for really establishing a healthy connection with the people that you care about, which of course is completely antithetical to everything this video is about. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you'll subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video and share it with other people that don't want to follow the crowd. Bye.